I would fucking suck George Lucas's dick.
I would fucking suck George Lucas's dick.
Everybody, we're going to be doing a thing here where we review Star Wars The Last Jedi. We're probably going to do all the movies, like, in the coming weeks and months. You know, after every rehearsal, we'll try to kick one of these out so you can...
So we're just doing Star Wars?
Well, I don't know. We'll start with Star Wars.
We can take some fan requests. Hey, review this movie.
Yeah, seriously. You know, Kyle, we all ready for Big Trouble in Little China.
I don't need a fucking review it. It's perfect. You don't need to review that movie. It's just perfect.
Yeah. But no, we can keep going. I think it'll be fun. It's something different, so we're not just blasting music over here all the time. Yeah. All right, I have a feeling we're going to have a couple of different opinions in here. So
maybe not.
Well, you never know. I know I'm going to be harsh.
That's okay.
This is going to be a bad one. I almost feel guilty about how bad it's going to be. Anybody want to go before I go on my fucking tear of hatred?
All right. Well, first of all, spoiler alert: if you don't watch the movie, don't watch this review.
Yeah. We're going to have spoilers all over here.
So,
because you got to.
If you didn't see it, don't watch this review until after.
You want to go first?
Yes, the most thing I can say about it. I'm going to go in very much detail, but the first thing I can say about it is I had a friend the other day. I didn't even answer it yet, and he said to me, he's like, I feel like you're not putting out anything good about this movie. And I thought about it, and that's because I couldn't really find anything. There was a few decent scenes, and I hated pretty much every minute of this film. I want it burned. I want it stricken from the record. There's petitions out there to get it struck from the canon.
That's actually true.
There's
really?
Yeah. Fans out there started a petition to make it get blacklisted and stricken from the canon.
And
this was harsh.
So what's your worst? What's the character development? The dialogue?
So I think the worst part for me is I thought the acting was, they got good actors. They got good production value,
for the most part.
and that's the good things I can say about it. And
they got good actors, but they got them acting horribly.
Exactly. I think it's more the writing than the actors, personally. The thing I hate about this movie, probably the most, is the giant, gaping, Sarlacc pit-sized fucking plot holes littered throughout the entire fucking movie. From beginning to end, this movie is a giant... The fucking black hole that she jumps down to find the dark side is this movie's fucking plot. It's just barren and fucked. The worst part, I'm just gonna touch.
We'll get to them. We'll get to them.
Right.
Save them for as we roll through the movie. We don't want to just shoot your whole load.
All right. So opening scene opens on Rey.
Well, what did you think? Did you like it?
Okay. There's pieces I liked. There's pieces I did not like. I wanted to like it. But then, again, they kept bringing same pieces in, like other movies. Like, why do you have to use another Death Star-like device? Can't you come up with some other device than a Death Star-like device?
Or another ice planet?
Another ice planet, yeah. It's like,
salt.
so instead of going to Hoth, now we're on, I don't even remember the hell name of it. That's how bad. I mean, now we're there. You had to introduce...
Whoa, it's not snow.
Yeah,
salt. That turns red. But anyways.
We'll get to all that. Yeah. Because there's so many fucking things I'm going to go on.
You had to add another cute and cuddly creature. Like, we really needed that. Like, just to make Chewbacca feel, I don't know, whatever, on the planet.
What the fuck he's even in the movie for?
We'll get to all that social justice.
Yeah,
Chewbacca must become a vegetarian. As we go along.
I don't know. Like I said, I like Rey. I really like her character. I like what they try to do with her. Finn sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work for me. Poe, same thing, kind of works, sometimes doesn't work. But Kylo Ren, man, oh my God, Jesus. He's the little whiniest fucking Sith Lord ever. Like, he's a little bitch Sith Lord.
And on that, they make him the whiniest bitch.
Yes.
And now they're trying to give him some... And I appreciate that in this movie they tried to give him some character. But the fact of the matter is, his entire plot in the first movie was he killed Han Solo to prove he's evil.
To prove he's evil, and then he goes and helps her and kills his master.
He's a prick!
Which, again, here's another situation. Did they have to use the same, like, dynamic? Like, Luke goes to meet the Emperor, there he is, the lightsaber's on the side.
There was, we'll get to it later. But I was almost ready for her to turn around and say, Kylo, you're breaking my heart. You're going down a path I cannot follow. Because that's all that's going through my head as I'm watching the movie.
No, dude, they'll never copy the prequels.
For me, this movie is the most epic disappointment The only time I've ever felt this bad about a movie is when I went and seen Highlander Part 2. And I liked the first Highlander, and I'm like, it's Part 2. It's got to be Highlander. It's going to be cool. And about 8 minutes in, I'm like, this is a train wreck. What the fuck am I watching? I don't even understand where this is going. And that's what this movie did to me. I was so stunned and broken. Not stunned, because after The Force Awakens, I seen this. But they built up my hope because
there was good parts about Force Awakens.
Rogue One was so cool. I was like, okay, maybe they got this shit back on track. But they not only doubled down on The Force Awakens, they fucking went even beyond it in the level of stupidity. And that's what...
You didn't like the iron that you thought was this crazy spaceship, and then it's a fucking iron?
The first thing that went through my head was, what kind of a cheap prick did they have in the production house who modeled the spaceship after
the iron? And then they zoom out, and I'm like, oh my god.
I'm like, no. All right. We're gonna break down the scene kind of like from beginning on. Remind me to check this in 10 minutes just to make sure it's still rolling. But okay, the opening credits. Who cares? All right.
Well, I will say this.
Same stuff, but...
I will say this on the opening credits. When the first sentence I read was, the rebels are attempting to escape their home base planet. All I thought was, oh my god, they really are going to remake episode 5. And I was first sentence in, I was kind of pissed. But, continue.
It starts off with the space battle. That's when I knew the film was in trouble. Because it literally starts out with Poe, like, leveling off in front of a dreadnought.
Yeah. And
cutting one-liners. First fucking thing that's said in the motion picture is like, can I talk to Hux? This is no, put him on the phone. I mean, what the fuck? I'm like,
it was like a Verizon commercial. Like,
I sat in my chair like 3 inches lower once and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a bad trip. It's gonna be a bad trip. And then one snub fighter taking out every gun on a fucking dreadnought.
I don't know. That hurt. That again, plot holes, and it just got. He takes out every gun, and that hurt to watch one fighter take out everything. And I get, the universe is ripe with non-force sensitive pilots who can take out entire dreadnoughts. I understand that happens all the time, but
use their guns against themselves.
Exactly.
They knew to fire directly on each other.
Thor. I mean Poe. He fucking he took out everything, and I get it. So then, what's the next step to that? He leaves the entire...
his ship gets hurt.
Yeah.
And then fucking... What the fuck is that droid's name again?
BB-8.
BB-8 fixes it by headbutting the fucking control panel.
Well, he's got all the...
Because that's how you want to make sure that you handle some delicate equipment. You say, I can't figure this shit out. And all of a sudden, whoa! The fucking thing works again. I was like, okay. All right. Oh, well, then it leads to the bombing run.
Oh, God.
The bombing run that made no fucking sense whatsoever. They go out there, and all the ships get destroyed except one. The girl goes, whoever this pilot is, I can't remember what her name is, goes down into the cargo hold where they're dropping gravity bombs.
Yeah.
Gravity bombs in space.
The vacuum of space!
I tried to rock it in my head.
They were magnetic gravity bombs.
That's what I was trying to make excuses for.
They go to the metal of the ship.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe they'll fall to the metal and ignore the metal of its own ship.
I get a situation.
It made no fucking sense.
No friction in space. Why do these bombers have to move so slow?
There's nothing about
no sense to it.
This isn't a B-8, like a B-52 bomber in the sky that's going like...
Yeah!
I used to...
Why do they take so long to get there?
I get it.
Why weren't the bombs on missiles? They could have done anything, but they went. They had to line it up like it was fucking World War II. We got to approach straight and slow, straight and slow, and then they open the bomb bay doors, and the chick sitting there has no effect on her from the fucking vacuum of space. I'm like,
that's why she had no mask on or nothing.
Nothing. No mask. No nothing. Her hair didn't even blow. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
I missed that part.
Oh my god! I couldn't believe it.
Literally, when she presses the button, she looks down into space as the fucking bomb doors are open. She's looking at space, and she's like, "Oh yeah, the gravity of space is taking it." Plot holes, big and small, plot holes.
It was unbelievable.
Beyond this, one bomber, takes out the entirety of a fucking dreadnought.
The thing is like the size of Chicago. And this fucking... I couldn't believe it.
Because the Empire didn't learn and start redesigning some shit in 30 years after the Death Star got hit by one fucking thing, which was intentionally sabotaged. We will take out in one fucking shot. This thing gets hit and destroyed in one bombing run. That was ridiculous. I don't know what the fuck happened there. But beyond this, you realize that you're like, okay, well, like literally every rebel ship they sent got blown out. But you know what? They'll get back to the fleet. So Poe gets back to the ship, and you find out that was the entire rebel fleet. That was it.
Or the bombers.
The bombers, but for the
By
most
the
part,
end of it, I'm thinking that's all the rebels,
Yeah,
because
they're
I'm
all
like,
dead.
there's like 22 people left. I'm like, what? This isn't much of a resistance. This is a Burger King crew.
like,
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, fucking, what is going on? How do you take over the galaxy from the baddies when you have 12 guys and a couple of real angry feminists? I don't even understand.
but you know, I mean,
Okay, where did the movie leave off? Where the fuck are we? What
From
came
the
after
bombing
that?
run, I'm trying to think.
Bombing
I
run?
think it's
I think we went.
He goes
back to the ship, and instead of
get
getting,
his ass reamed out by Leia.
well, I mean,
Well, reamed out when you
Not
cross
reamed,
the whole
but-
fleet.
Yeah.
She goes, don't
That's
do
true.
it.
Don't do
You're my
I
favorite fly boy.
think that would, you know, in most, I'm guessing, in most militaries, ever like issue like death or something for like, that's basically fucking true. I mean, you just got everybody killed.
Disobeyed an order, got a lot of people killed.
Like, you're out on your ass at that point. And he's just like, oh, a little demotion,
Well,
slap him
she
in the wrist.
needs them. That's the problem. See, you know.
Well, wait, did we miss the whole thing about when Kylo blows out the bridge? Because that comes right after that, doesn't it?
Like,
Because Kylo comes in to kill his mom.
no, I think they jump to hyperspace first.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they jump to
stop?
hyperspace, because that's when they get tracked, and then they track them through hyperspace, which
Yes.
Breaks
dumb.
every fucking rule of Star Wars,
Well,
by the
apparently
way.
there's a new device.
And I think I'm mad at Rogue One, because a buddy pointed this out to me for that. He says, whoa, it's okay. I'm like, what the fuck you mean it's okay to track through hyperspace? Because that was always the getaway in Star Wars, get to hyperspace. What bothers me, my friend, like, well, in Rogue One, when she's reading those files, and she's like, what's all these things they have besides the Death Star plane? She's like, hyperspace tracking? Well, they set it up, man.
All right.
Fuck that. It's
I'm
still...
trying to remember if I remember that in any of the books after. Jedi.
I'm trying to remember anything in the expanded universe, but in everything Lucas wrote, it was like a rule you played by. You don't track through fucking hyperspace, because it was like the rule you played by. But I ain't gonna sit there and put my stock in Rogue One, which is the Disney movie that is gearing you up for the next. Like, it's still all in the family. Don't fucking forget that, folks. It's all in the fucking Disney family.
Well, there was one part where they say something about cloaking devices, and if you watch in the Empire Strikes Back, when Han is trying to take off and he disappears, and they go, a ship that small can't have a cloaking device.
Yeah.
So they did bring cloaking devices into the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Not defending this piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So they come out of hyperspace. Let's move this fucking thing along.
Yeah.
And Kylo and everybody, I can't remember.
Kylo throws a shit fit at that point. He's like, we're gonna take him on right now.
Right.
Because Snoke gets all pissy at Hux and starts force dragging him through the fucking ship.
Husk was... I don't understand what they were directing that man to do.
Yeah.
But his really over-the-top acting, it was like... Spaceballs was more fucking serious.
I mean,
I couldn't get
all
over
the
it.
commanders up until that point had some sort of posture of being a general or whatever.
They had
General Veers, General Piet, like they all had some sort of. And then you got this guy that's like a laughing stock of the Empire.
Who the fuck would follow this guy?
That's, I guess, the point.
Yeah,
And they're both jarring for the number one seat, as the next in command of, the Empire.
But the two guys that were supposed to be following are fucking idiots.
They are, absolutely.
They're whining and crying, and Husk gets fucking
It's like
bitch
brothers
slapped all
fighting
over the fucking bridge of the ship by a hologram, and he's getting dragged here and slapped around like it's a fucking R-gang comedy. I'm like, what is going on?
And my only thing, he must have been like a theater actor who's like trying too hard. He's just used to having to be really
That's
dramatic.
the director's fault, though, because you got to
I'm not
chill
saying
that
it
fucking
ain't.
shit out. You're going too far, or ramp it up. But I think they put him in there as comic relief.
I think they did. There's
He's
a lot of
he's
comic
like the baddie Finn.
Yeah.
You know, like Finn is just in that movie just to fucking cut jokes. And that's what this guy is. He's just, you gotta laugh at the bad guy.
Yeah, that's a shame, because John Boyega is arguably the best fucking actor they got in the Grand
He's a
Side
good
at this point.
actor,
Like,
but he's being directed like shit. Anyway. So they attack the freighter that they're all trying to escape
the
on.
entire rebellion is on this freighter.
Yeah, it was like a fucking 5 or 6 Star Destroyers and a fucking giant ship, Dreadnought, whatever there. No, it's
Snoke ship.
It's Snoke's ship.
Snoke's
This
personal
fucking
ship.
thing is like half the size of a fucking goddamn city. Anyway, they come in, they're attacking, Kylo goes in, he senses his mother, Later in the movie, he couldn't sense Luke under that pile was alive, but he sensed his mother on that fucking bridge, and he goes in for the kill, and he says, I can't do this. And one of the stormtroopers fucking blast her out of there, and suddenly, unlike the little girl in the fucking goddamn cargo bay dropping bombs, the vacuum of space works again. And it sucks her out into the fucking field, and you say to yourself, well, you knew Leia had to go somehow. She died in real life. Mm-hmm. They had to go. It's poignant. We got it. It came out of nowhere, but fuck it. It is what it is. And as she's floating there,
comes out with
crystal eyes
she learns
ice.
Fucking force powers beyond Yoda.
She starts moving. Her eyes open, and like Neo from the fucking Matrix, this bitch flew.
Yeah, like Superman.
And she flew. At that moment, I wanted to leave.
I wonder
if
they were going to kill her anyways, but then because she died in real life, they brought her back to life to.
What I heard, one of my friends who's really trying to defend this movie, you know who you are. He told me that Rian Johnson, the whole plan was that Carrie Fisher was going to be forced. That was there to prove that Leia was fucking force sensitive. She was going to train Rey in the next movie. That's what I heard from him. What question this realizes to me is, if Leia can train her, why the fuck do we need to go to Luke for the training? Luke obviously doesn't want to be found. I get he's a figurehead and all. Motherfucker don't want to be found.
But he left a map.
Fuck this movie. But it's like, why doesn't just Leia train her from the fucking get-go?
Leia doesn't know how to train her.
Yeah, I mean, that's my thought, but then Rian Johnson is running around because trying to make her... I think it's fucking... And I don't even mind Leia having force powers if you watch...
No, I don't mind her having force powers, but how out of... She's never used these force powers.
Exactly.
She all of a sudden have an amazing...
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind if they had went the route of, well, she learned to move some shit with her mind. Yeah. Whatever. That's fine.
She literally took herself out of space.
But to fly.
And didn't get harmed by the atmosphere of the outer space or not atmosphere.
Well, Leia was always force sensitive.
Yes,
exactly.
Like
if somebody died, she
could feel, yeah.
But she never had any force powers, so she flies into the ship that has a hole blown out of the side of it, goes up to the door and puts her hand on it. Everything on the other side of the door is floating in space randomly.
Yeah.
They open up the door, and suddenly the vacuum of space doesn't work anymore. It was working 3 seconds ago. This movie is so fucked up, I don't even know how to put it into words. The vacuum of space, she walks in, and I guess, I don't know, she was fucking tired, she just exerted herself too much. She blacked out and went into a coma for a little while. For about a day, or if less.
She went into a very plot-convenient coma.
Yeah. And I don't even know what to say at that shit. That was like... That was like, you know that term, jumping the shark?
Oh, yeah, that was it.
That was beyond jumping the shark. That's when you're like, you know what? You'll never be able to bring the franchise back.
No, that was the moment where I looked around at everybody in the theater and I was like, all right, this was it, guys. That, to me, was the death knell. That was so stupid. It hurt. I don't care what fucking Sith Jedi power you fucking got. That's ridiculous. The bitch was dead. She was in the vacuum of fucking space. I love Leia, but she's fucking dead.
We're going to cut now to Rey finding Luke.
Yes.
Okay? The Force Awakens, and I had a lot of problems with The Force Awakens. A lot of problems. But the one thing that left you at the end saying to yourself is, oh, what's going to happen? Now she's found Luke. We never got to see him speak. Mm-hmm. We never got to hear a word out of him. God damn it, we wanted to see Luke. We seen him for 3 seconds, and he was gone. In this movie, you just wanted to basically see Luke and what was going to happen. So she takes the lightsaber, which we don't know how she found. I mean, we know she got it. We don't know where it was.
Yeah, Maul gave it to her.
And she presents it to Luke, and that's where the movie ended, Force Awakens. In this one, he takes it, looks at it.
Fucking throws it over the cliff. I know.
What the fuck was that?
You could be angry, but that's a little ridiculous.
The worst part was the way they buttered it up with the scores going in the background, and then it stops a second beforehand. And I was like, no. They're not going to make this a comedy, like, musical stop and then throw. And motherfucker, they did it. And that's the reverence they have for the fucking lore in this movie. Yeah. Just throw it over the shoulder, it doesn't fucking matter.
Same thing with, he's ready to burn the freaking books. Yeah, and they pause so that Yoda can come and just strike lightning on it. I'm like, did that really just happen?
I mean, that was as though Yoda came down and said, 7 movies in, I'm gonna piss all over everything you ever cared about. I've been watching Star Wars since 1977. I was fucking a kid. It's part of my life for 40 years, and you're gonna have Yoda come out and do the most un-Yoda fucking thing.
Exactly.
I mean, well, what difference does it make? Because Luke is the most on Luke in this movie.
You're right.
He was always the guy who was a super optimist.
Yeah.
Luke was always the optimist. When everybody was negative, Luke was like, it can be done. I can do this. We can bring balance. We can have love, peace, and force, happiness. Everything's going to work out.
Now they made him a hermit that hates the world.
Yeah, he was a bitter old fucking broken man with watery eyes, like he's been out for too many nights drinking, fucking just pissed at everything.
Because they're trying to make it that he brought this shame to the Jedi Academy by training Kylo Ren or whatever, and him not, that's why they had the whole backstory of, he was trying to kill him.
And I get that, and I thought the whole him trying to kill Kylo thing was an interesting way to make Kylo more understandable.
If it had a bigger setup.
If it had a bigger setup, maybe its own fucking movie. But what really got me about that scene is I'm so mixed on it. Because at one point, I like how they explain Kylo a little more, and I like that they give it a little more backstory.
You can see why he's so torn and kind of conflicted.
That would kind of fucking piss my Cheerios too. But it's like, I know what you're gonna say. It seems unlike Luke, who was willing to sacrifice his friends and family, the rebellion, to turn Vader back to the light side. That as soon as he senses the dark side, Kylo's
he's like,
kill him. Fuck it, and he's just gonna. That to me was a little weird. I understand people change, but that was
and beyond that,
too much.
They rushed it so fast and blew by it so quick. It's like when Obi-Wan was having his big duel with Luke, it was with Vader. It was heartbreaking because you're watching two guys that you've watched be brothers for like 3 fucking movies. Well, 2 movies. The first one they found, and you're like, you could see the heartbreak in Obi-Wan Kenobi just fighting his
dude. I watched.
He's like, how can this even be that we're at this point? We were so close. We were like brothers. I helped raise this kid. Look where we are now. And in this movie, you never got to see if something,
what he went through with the training or how he brought.
If something led Luke to that moment where you had a moment of heartbreak, going, "Oh my God, look what he's about to do," because you were led to that place, it would have been one thing. But just to have it thrown in there as a fucking whoop-de-doop, this is what happened. This is what explains it. Let me drop the bomb on Rey that this shit happened.
Yeah, they never
keep your thought.
Okay. So good.
Okay, still going. I just know this thing, every now and so often you got to fucking break a file once you hit like 45 minutes.
Yeah, because that was the other thing. Like, they could have used a little backstory of, showing him getting the Jedi Academy started, Leia and Han giving, Kylo Ren to Luke to train him.
That would have been great.
Just a little bit. I mean, you could have spent 5 minutes on it. You didn't have to go crazy.
Nothing.
But just to say, how they trusted Luke to train their son to be a Jedi and blah, blah, blah. All that going. Like, now it's just, you already see him as an angry teenager ready to kill. And they made Luke like fucking Anakin was, ready to kill the children.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it made no sense.
And I'm like, Luke wouldn't try to kill a person. Like, he might try to persuade him many other ways. I don't think he's going to kill him.
It just seems so... people are saying, well, he's a different... it's a different thing.
Bullshit.
And it's so... You can change a character over time for reasons, but to do a complete 180 on what they are is ridiculous. And Luke always was, like you said, the optimist. He was the guy who would go 3 movies to redeem his fucking dad until... He did it! I mean, he fucking fought Vader. He wouldn't fucking kill him.
He would have tried to bring Kylo back instead of saying something's wrong.
He's not going to kill
him in his
best friends and his sister's child.
Yeah,
he's not going to do it.
He's not going to consider it. And I know people are like, well, he didn't do it. He's not even going to fucking consider it. That's not Luke.
If they took their time with this, they could have made a movie about this. They could have showed how Kylo was slowly influencing the other students, which formed the Knight of Ren, which you still never got to fucking see, which is just like a film cut in the original Force Awakens. You see him there with a couple of bad guys or that went, and you're like, okay, Knights of Ren, we get it. Now you're like this one, like, okay, if you're gonna show us, and they did it, and then he fucking supposedly thinks that he kills Luke because he brought the house down on him, and Luke's explanation is, he must have thought he killed me.
No,
he can sense his mother on another ship. He can. When have you ever seen a Jedi or Jedi Master or Jedi Knight or whatever, or even a Sith Lord, not be able to sense the life or death presence of their fucking mentor? It's his uncle, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
And he couldn't tell that he was alive?
Well, there's...
And
then he just escapes. I mean, he just leaves and, then we don't know what happens for... however many years pass, he just gets brought in.
They didn't even try to explain.
No, they didn't. You're absolutely right.
They just blew by. Hey, okay.
But that even goes back to Force Awakens. Like when Han and Leia meet back up for the first time in how many years? Because this broke them up that their son was, you know, taken, blah, blah, blah. No backstory of how their fucking son, like, none of that. It was like they didn't want to talk about that in that movie. They were waiting.
That's what got me.
Nothing made any sense in that one.
Even Luke said, I knew at that point Snoke got to him. Fucking how? Was he on Snoke's ship? Was he fucking force communicating like they do the whole movie?
And we'll never know now.
Yeah.
Because fucking Snoke is dead.
Which that was...
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Anyway, as all this training bullshit is going on, or not lack of training, the first 20 minutes of the movie when you see Luke Skywalker, you just see his back walking away. Yeah. Except for the fact that he gets up, he goes spearfishing. Hold on a second.
If you call that spearfishing.
He goes spearfishing with a pole that's goddamn about 12 stories tall. And then he milks a space moose or whatever. I don't even know what the fuck that thing was.
It was like the money shot of a porn movie.
Oh my god! That's a good way of putting it.
It was that bad. I was like, did he just...
And then the look he gave after he goes,
yeah, I was like,
you're like, what the fuck is taking place?
I feel like that was like Mark Hamill sitting there saying, fuck this movie, and just doing it.
No, from what I've read and heard, he wanted the director to like rewrite and recut a lot of those scenes. Like he was like, this is not...
Well, he's out publicly now, blasting, saying this isn't my Luke Skywalker.
It's not him. Yeah, it's not him.
I don't understand why they wrote it like this. And the only thing I get mad at him about is, motherfucker, you're Luke Skywalker. Yeah, they can't do it without you.
You're like, look, this isn't right for my character. Like you. I mean, I'm not saying he has every intellectual property right to the movie, but shit. I've seen up then and be like, this isn't written
exactly.
Right.
And I've seen Luke.
You can't do it.
I've seen Hamill say, and there was some interview that I've seen. And he was saying how he signed up to do it, and he's like, I thought George was going to be doing this. And he was like, it wasn't until later I found out that Disney acquired Star Wars, like when everybody found out. And I was like, oh shit.
And I heard that he was happy he got killed in the last one. Because he's like, I don't want to be part of it.
I'm sure he was.
That's like, I mean, I don't remember where I read it or heard it, but he was happy he died because he's like, I don't want to be part of what is going to be the new Star Wars.
To me, it just doesn't, I don't know what they're really... They've so broken away from what Star Wars was. And they're trying to make it like an Independence Day movie or actually...
Entertainment value.
Okay. Speaking of being teleported into a different movie, we're about to go to the... All right. We're skipping over a couple things. Finn wakes up. He's got all kinds of juice and shit floating out of him because he wakes up out of his stupor that he was in from the last fucking movie. Mm-hmm. And of course, they use him as comic relief where they're in the middle of shit going on and he's walking around
with a
fucking water jet.
Not even a Bacta tank anymore. They just got him in some sort of wetsuit.
Yeah, it was just bizarre. But anyway, he tries to escape. Little 5-foot-tall Asian girl, I can't remember her name.
Rose. Oh, yeah.
Rose. Yeah. Fucking right out of Titanic. She comes out of nowhere and tries to stop him from leaving.
Yes.
And then winds up leaving with him anyway, because the only way that they can get away... All right, let's go back to the main plot hole. We're kind of skipping shit. The plot of this movie is now, they've all come out of hyperspace. Every ship in Star Wars apparently maxes out at 128 miles an hour. Because as the rebels are trying to get away, the First Order is chasing them. They can't gain any fucking ground.
Can't gain ground.
They're not falling behind. Everybody's locked into this one space seat.
Can I ask, what happened to the tractor beam?
Oh my fucking god, that's another thing.
They used to tractor beam fucking everything!
Exactly.
And you can't tractor beam them a little closer, a little closer.
And I'm watching the ships. They're not that far apart.
No, they're not.
But they're like, well, no, they're right at the end of our weapons.
Even though they just took out a fucking planet's base in the beginning of the movie.
Farther away. And they're sitting there. So now they're just pop-shotting the fleet that's trying to run away. And they're like, well, eventually they're going to run out of gas. We got more gas than them. They're going to run out of gas. So fucking eventually.
Wait, because...
We're going to come find
and what pissed me, and this is why, this is the biggest plot hole in the entire movie, by the way. The Empire, who at this point, they haven't explained a fucking thing about the Force.
Apparently they got unlimited resources.
Apparently they have unlimited resources.
They have money everywhere.
You built Starkiller Base, you didn't do that on mortgage. You had the money to do that. So now they're chasing...
When you try to plan for one, you build three. That's how you do that. It's like the government. in normal. So
that's why his space
build,
hammer
yes,
is $400,000.
Exactly. You don't build for one, you build for three, just in case.
It's so ridiculous. And so, given they have unlimited resources, or next to unlimited resources, I'm thinking, all right, the rebels are going straight. Clearly, they know their coordinates. They're just going to call in another Empire ship from hyperspace to cut them off at the pass. It never fucking happens. The Empire wants to keep this in-house with 4 fucking ships. Doesn't want to get anyone else involved in the entire...
Why didn't one of the ships break off from behind in hyperspace right in front of them and pin them in between?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could have gone around, done anything. Or, here's the other thing. The lady waits to do this amazing hyperspace through the dreadnought ship, like, move. After it destroys the entire fleet. Why didn't you do that your first fucking thing?
And that thing didn't have autopilot? It didn't have a droid that could fly the motherfucker? Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there's many options.
And that's wrong too, because if you weaponize hyperspace,
you've killed
now you can fly an X-Wing fighter through a Death Star and just take it out.
Yeah.
So now we got that fucking problem with the whole war going to shit. But anyway, so while everybody's trying to get away,
it doesn't map ships, it only maps planets.
The Death Star behind them with a whole fleet of ships that isn't out of gas and can easily just zip in ahead of them and fucking blow them out of space. They just want to keep this cat and mouse thing going for as long as possible. And somebody has the idea, hey, there's a planet nearby.
Yeah.
And there's a guy on there that knows how to break the codes to anything.
Oh,
and he can break into Snoke's ship for us.
I forgot about that 15-minute adventure.
He can break into Snoke's ship for us. So we need to sneak off this ship with half a fleet watching us. Nobody's going to see us leave. Nobody's going to see us leave. We're going to break off, go down to this planet, find this motherfucker, bring him back in, break into their ship, shut the shit down, get off their ship, back into our ship, and we're all going to sail away smooth as cake.
Yep.
And what do? Now we go into the fifth element. Because we've left Star Wars, and they just drift off, nobody's seen them leave, and they go to this planet that looks like the fifth element, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, and they get there, and it's filled with evil, greedy fucking capitalists who just want to roll in money.
The Mos Eisley Cantina meets like Casino Royale or something.
Yeah, this is around the part where the movie, it started Social Justice Warrior when all the guys on the ship were impulsive and stupid, and all the women had to scold them and yell at them and tell them they didn't know what they were doing. They would call them flyboys. They would hit them with stun guns. They would do everything else. And nobody, by the way, would tell them the plan. Because who the fuck is Poe to know the plan? Fuck him. We're just going to heap it from him. And even if he...
Because we don't trust him anymore.
He
went rogue on the Dreadnought.
Yeah, we're not going to tell him the plan. So he's going to keep doing crazy shit. What difference does it make? Because I don't even... Anyway, they go down to this fucking planet where it's filled with evil capitalists drinking and smoking and gambling away the millions that they have because they got nothing else going on. And they also abuse animals and keep slaves. All right. We wind up in the middle of this. Apparently, Rose's only real concern at this point is freeing the horsies.
and the children.
The horsies and the children. I don't even know what the fuck is going on.
Fuck this movie. That's not. I almost blacked it out because at that point in the movie, I'm watching it and I remember at the end of it when they finally meet up with Del Toro and they're riding the horses. That's when I said, "Fuck this! I gotta take a piss." I left.
You did. I see. I didn't know if you were coming back.
I didn't know if I was either.
I didn't know why you left. I said he might not come back.
It was about it.
I almost felt like leaving myself. So they go down there. They're riding the horses. Another scene is taking place, I don't know if it's at this point or another point, where Han Solo's or Chewbacca's about to eat one of those little fucking cute fluffy things.
I mean, literally, he killed it, skinned it, cooked it.
Yeah.
It's in his hand. And then he looks at the furry thing and says, "Oh, I better not eat this."
Dude,
he fucking killed the thing!
And they use like the same CGI they use for like a fucking minion.
I know. I was like, "Are you fucking?"
And what the fuck am I watching?
What the fuck happened to my Chewie? That Han was like, "Rip your arms off, you fuck with them," and that's my Chewbacca, man.
Chewbacca should have looked at him like, "Motherfucker, I got more to eat."
Ever since Ewok,
I got more to eat.
Went soft.
Exactly, dude. That's what fucking did. I fucking hate the Ewoks too, by the way.
I don't hate the Ewoks, but that's because when I grew up, that was my time to love the Ewoks.
It's just one of those things where like that whole scene on the fucking planet. It was so infuriating because it's comic relief. It was unnecessary.
It was totally unlike Star Wars. It didn't even look like the same
and fucking plot hole fucking 8 whatever number we're up to. They run into a jail cell. Benicio del Toro, was that fucking who it was?
Yeah, because they didn't get the guy who was supposed to crack the code.
Yeah,
No.
find somebody else.
They found another guy who just was hanging out in jail because he was bored. Because he apparently didn't leave any fucking time.
Exactly. He leaves once they say, "Hey, we need you," or that we don't need you, or whatever. Then he'll prove, "Oh, hey, I can leave here." So why the fuck was he even there?
Why was he even? Yes. Why was he even there? And then these are the brilliant fucks we have at the rebellion. They're in a jail cell with a complete stranger, and they're going to give up their entire fucking plan in front of this asshole and sit there and say, "Wow, goddamn it, how are we going to go find the code breaker and go fuck with Snoke's ship and get away?" Yeah. And the guy's like, "Excuse me, I could do it," out of nowhere. And then they all leave with the help of B8, who is fucking people up by firing gambling coins at them. You're just like,
fuck that scene. He did that shit,
what is
and then had the fucking audacity to blow his little fucking thing, and people get mad at Jar Jar fucking Binks. I love you, Jar Jar. I fucking love you.
I can't say I love Jar Jar.
I
hate Jar Jar, but you know what?
This made Jar Jar okay.
It made Jar Jar okay.
He's not this fucked up. I mean, just because he goes, "Oh, he's going to and drops his fucking wrench, that's bad. But this shit was the shit of legend. I'm just like, what? So anyway,
R2-D2 is not throwing points at people.
They used Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, that was a cameo.
Well, actually, after he breaks them out, they go. That's when they decide, fuck it. Before we leave, we got to free the horses.
And that's when I left.
Free the horses.
That's when I left.
So they freed the horses, and then he shows up to get them on the bottom of the spaceship that he just stole.
She gives some ring to some child so that they know that the rebellion is out there.
Oh yeah, we're coming to save you, third worlders.
Yeah.
We're coming because, capitalism sucks dick and nobody loves you, and we're going to come and get you, and we're going to bring trees, and we're going to bring weed, we're going to do everything else that the social justice warriors do, but don't get me going. Anyway.
We'll keep it clean.
We'll keep it clean, don't get me going. So anyway, they escape, and they go up this Snooky Schnock's ship. They get right in, and then we find out that this motherfucker wasn't who he said, and he sold them out.
Yep.
This is where shit gets even weirder. Because, meanwhile, everybody else is vacating. I don't know what they're fucking doing. They shut off the thing or whatever. They're fucking They're
not trying to get transport the people off the big ship.
Yeah,
because
down
the
the
transports apparently can move faster than the ship.
Yes.
Right. And there was another part where I seen two small little fighters or something moving faster than the big ships. I'm like, well, if they can go faster than the 128 miles an hour that's allowed in space, why the fuck are we doing that? So anyway, the transports are going down to the ship. The transports are going down to the planet. Yeah. Mrs. Purple Hair, who just likes walking around and just denigrating men for whatever reason because she just thinks that they're fucking stupid and inferior. Listen, I'm all for strong female characters. I've got no problem with fucking Rey or anything. I don't care.
I got a problem with Rey. I got Rey.
Princess Leia was a strong female character, but you know why you took her? Because you didn't think of her as female. She just happened to be a woman that was a strong character. Like Ripley in Aliens. You didn't give a fuck if it was a girl or a guy. You're like, yeah, Ripley, kick ass. You didn't make a statement out of it. In this movie, they had to make a statement that the guys were fucking moronic, and they weren't going to tell them anything, and this fucking purple-haired chick.
And beyond that, with the fucking purple hair, how is that pose like, who's this third in command taking over?
Look, you've never seen her before.
There's 400 fucking people. Go to a high school with 400 people. You gotta know everybody's fucking name.
Yeah, you don't know the vice principal?
Yeah, right? And that was also pissing me off. They don't know him.
She doesn't know him.
She doesn't know him. He doesn't know her. And she takes power after fucking Leia dies. And this is another thing that pissed me off. Akbar. Admiral fucking Akbar.
He didn't get a chance to talk.
Didn't even get a chance to talk. It was like, I was like, is that Akbar? And they're like, he died in the explosion. We didn't show it. Ah! Fuck that, man.
Was it him though? I don't know.
They said Akbar is dead. They said Akbar is dead.
Okay, Akbar is dead. I couldn't believe it.
That was them just taking. They try to be all, oh, we're doing homage, and then they just take Akbar and they just dip their dicks right in his mouth. Big fishy fucking mouth. Fuck you, Ryan Johnson. That shit's fucking.
Right, and fuck you, Ryan Johnson, because you don't even spell your name right. Don't be pretentious and spell it like Ryan. It's R-Y-A-N. Isn't that how you spell fucking Ryan in real life?
Typically.
But he's R-I-A-N or R-A... Fuck you pretentious prick. I thought you were going to bring some credibility back to this and you shit on it. Anyway. Purple-haired chick, who I can't remember her name. I don't fucking care.
It was Holden, I think.
Holden, okay.
I only remember because of Blade Runner.
She flies this... She goes, okay, I'm going to take care of Snook's ship. I'm going to fly the fuck through the thing at the speed of light. That ship should just detonate it. But apparently it just splits in half. It's okay, it happens.
Just cuts in half.
It splits in half. Before this, you have to keep in mind, Finn and Rose are trapped on the loading bay of Snoke's ship, surrounded by about 2,000 fucking stormtroopers and Phasma, with like these laser swords, whatever, hammers, axes, I don't know, to their fucking throats. Boom! The explosion happens. They look up. They're like, "Oh wow, what was that?"
Somebody dies, but those two.
There's not a single person on this fucking loading bay.
Not to mention,
not a single person.
There goes that atmosphere issue.
Yeah,
the ship is cut in half.
Yeah. And for some reason, Phasma, who was standing 4 feet from them, no dead bodies near them, nobody around them.
Places on fire.
They look up, and Phasma comes marching in like she just made the scene, surrounded by stormtroopers. Do they shoot these two assholes just to get this over with? No. That would by far take the James Bond out of this fucking moment. They have to march up there, and Phasma and him decide to have a fucking hand-to-hand combat with this highly trained sanitation worker stormtrooper, as we were led to believe from the first fucking movie. I don't even know where to go with that. There was like no continuity, no script supervisor that says, explosion happens, bodies litter the deck.
Exactly.
Director's like, no, it's only two of them. Yeah. And they will come in, scene right, marching in. Like they just showed up.
The ship is about to...
The ship is in half. There's no
back
in the space.
It's falling apart around them, too. That's a big part of this fight. The ship falls apart around them. Explosions are going off.
Because doesn't she fall off the one half of the ship, basically almost into the other half?
Yeah, what happens
through fucking space!
They fight, and then, like, she fucking, like, falls off a ledge or something. Or, no, she kicks him off a ledge, and then Rose starts doing some shit. And then Finn comes back up on a platform and is like, hey, idiot. And fucking smacks him in the head. And you see that fucking eye. Looks like a fucking angry pirate. And then she falls into the ship. I don't even think she's fucking dead.
What is going on? Oh my god.
I don't even know if she's fucking dead, because apparently I don't trust anybody being dead in this fucking version of Star Wars, to be brutally honest with you. Because I think they don't know what the fuck is the next movie is going to be like, well, we should have killed
I don't think they have any idea.
I'm not sure who we're going to need, so we can't kill everybody.
I don't know where they're going with this. So, okay. The ship, there's so many different things we still got to cover. Because right before this, I guess we probably forgot to talk about this.
Well, I think we should just cover the whole Daisy, Ray,
let's get
Ray, Kylo Ren, force communicating, texting, fucking bullshit.
We got that, and we have to get into the fight scene where Snoke dies.
Well, to lead up to that, we should probably talk about...
Because that actually happened before the ship got blown up.
We got to talk about...
Kyle's right, like, their whole... We can communicate through the Force, like,
because
we're really there.
Snoke is playing operator.
It's Star Trek Pun Far.
Yeah.
Which I've never read that or seen or heard anything about this capability of...
well, at least...
Especially when they're living entities. When someone's a Force ghost, you could be like, okay, Luke could be caught on fucking Hoth. And be like, oh, and Ben appears, and you're like, okay, I'll roll with that. And
he never interacted. He didn't move somebody or touch somebody.
No!
Which is what pissed me off about the Yoda thing.
Remember, he goes, Luke, if you do this, I cannot interfere.
Correct.
I cannot, which would lead you to believe this fucking guy can't get involved in anything that happens in the living realm.
Yeah. Which Yoda fucks that.
They're also dead. Yeah. So there's the other difference, is that now these people can do this because they're alive, and then...
Apparently Snoke is so fucking powerful, he can force connect them so that I can see you, I just can't see anything around you. Oh, so they start talking.
He's an operator.
He's an operator.
He's an operator in space. It's long distance.
He's just because apparently Snoke can fucking see everything going on, but he...
Except for the lightsaber.
Except for the lightsaber and going through him.
Anyway, he can see exactly where they are at all times, and he can make them force operate, which is just, fucking great. So they start talking, and they have the weirdest pre-teen romance I've ever fucking seen.
It's Twilight!
I swear to God, when Luke comes in the thing, and she's like, to his hand, and he's like, oh, and they're doing the... I want fucking cringe.
How did he get shirtless in the one scene?
Dude, have you seen the internet memes of that? It's everywhere.
And she even says that. Can you put a shirt on? Isn't that like a line?
I mean...
No, there was a line. Can you put a shirt on?
Yeah.
And I'm like, did it really go there?
And he's just wearing like these black leather pants and this...
He's wearing his mom jeans and shit.
I'm like, is this a German torture porn? I mean, it's like, where the fuck is this going? It's like, I don't even know what I'm watching. And let's get past all that into the part where they bring Rey to the throne room. And Kylo is there. And Snooky Snuck is there. And he just starts bitch slapping this girl around. And he actually takes her lightsaber and smacks her in the back of the head with it, like he's making it whip around the room. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And Kylo dispenses of him.
Well, because he's conflicted again.
At the first part of it, don't get me wrong, that's probably a highlight of the film, in a weird way, because like, I'm saying a lot, but at least then it was like cool because it was like, I can sense you're turning. At least then you could be like, oh well, you know, the double symbolism. But then they dispensed the only guy that we really don't know. Well, there's a lot, but they dispensed the guy we don't know anything about, and you guess never will at this point. Mm-hmm. And it was like, boy, you know, for a somewhat nifty visual scene, you just sacrificed so much material. Mm-hmm. It wasn't worth it.
And let's not even forget the fact that the Royal Imperial Guards attacked Kylo and fucking Rey, and I can maybe deal with Kylo kicking the shit out of like 3 or 4 of these guys.
That makes sense.
Rey just kicking the shit out of 3 or 4 of these fucking guys if they're not even there. And then like they get suddenly tied up with the last 2 dudes. Like the first 7 meant nothing. They just whip the fucking shit out of them. And then it gets down to the last 2 and they're like, oh, are you going to come help me? Oh, am I going to come help you? Oh, we're going to get out of this, love.
And what
the fuck?
What gets me too is that Adam Driver's supposed to be a Sith Lord. No offense, I actually don't mind Adam Driver. I mind the fact that they apparently put him through 0 fucking lightsaber training. Like, watch the prequels. Like, the shit that Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor did was
amazing,
mind-boggling.
Amazing,
fucking mind. I watched that fucking fight the other night. It's real with emotion. They were talking through their fighting. They were so good at it. They were acting when they were fucking with the lightsabers because you could tell the emotion they were putting in each hit. This shit is like watching. They were like, "Hey, Adam, figure it out, kid." That's how it fucking looked. They have him do his weird fucking shit like he's fucking John McClane, and then he fucking goes in there and starts whipping the fucking sword around, and it looks like shit. Looks like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, but he still gets his ass whooped by Rey, who looks even worse somehow. And they take out this.
That was the last movie.
The last movie.
Because they're
equals.
Yeah, they're almost getting friendly with each other in this one.
Well, so anyway, the thing is that they're supposed to be balancing each other out in the Force, but she has, apparently with 0 training, when he had a bunch, knows how to use the fucking lightsaber and the Force. Anyway, they dispense the entire Royal Guard, who I'm hearing might be the Knights of Ren even, so just fucking shoot out into the rug. But, you know, just theory. And then he's like, come lead the galaxy with me. And she's like, fuck that. And
which is a big offer to make to a girl that you've only met for a grand total of collective 27 minutes. You tortured her for a few minutes in the first one. You fought her for a little bit after that. You had some fingertip. You had some tentacle love from Avatar. It was Avatar tentacle.
Oh God.
Air tentacle.
Oh God.
Right. And all of a sudden, he's offering her like half the fucking universe with him.
Take out his master. He's in it. Yeah.
And he's like, "Come with me." And I'm like, "Did somebody just get done watching Revenge of the Sith when they just didn't know what to do? They just watched Revenge of the Sith. They just didn't know what to do. And they said we're going to rewrite the whole fucking scene between Anakin and Padme.
But worse,
it was the same fucking scene. It was the same scene." And I couldn't get over it.
But that's how I felt about a lot of it. It was a lot of similar scenes.
Well, I mean, even
like when she went down to that fucking pit on the planet.
When I saw this, I'm like,
that's
are
a
you
fucking
serious?
cave.
Another pit?
Yeah.
I'm like, they had to find the one planet that there's another dark, dark side.
Exactly.
And what really got me,
and she found nothing.
At
least Luke found, like, what's going on? Why does this thing have my face behind the mask? Which told you something fucked up was going to happen. Yeah. Where did she find? A mirror with herself. Well, 800 versions of herself. Yeah. Hey, it's a mirror with myself and everybody I ever thought I was related to and everything. I'm a nobody. I have no lore. I have no background. I'm meaningless. Ha-ha. Everything that you were led to believe in the first movie went on to be nothing.
Which Adam Driver then reinforces when he offers her. He's like, "You're nobody. Your parents are junk traders. Fuck you." He gives her the stone cold fuck you, verbally, and then she's like, "Well, I can't go dark side with you," and they completely do what this movie did, and just ripped everything in half by taking the lightsaber, more important than Vader's red lightsaber,
more important than this fucking movie.
Exactly, is that lightsaber, and they rip it in half with the Force. Now, given this thing's been destroyed down pits before, maybe it'll fucking wind up in Maz's cantina.
How we even came to be, we don't even know at this point.
But it gets ripped in fucking half, and then they force blackout because fuck it, it's a convenient plot device. And Daisy fucking Rey there gets away, and Kylo Ren wakes up later, and she just lets him go. She doesn't detain him or anything. She just leaves him lying there because why not leave the leader of the First Order just lying there on the floor? Because he's got a big heart. And then fucking Hux there comes around, and he's kind of pissed off. He's a ginger, so he pulls out his gun. He's going to piss and fucking kill Kylo Ren. And then in the nick of time, Kylo wakes up, and he's like, fuck it, I'm not even going to try. He puts the gun down. He's like, all good. And then Kylo Ren takes apparently control of the First Order and force chokes him because I'm sure this is the first time he's bothered to be like, hey, I'm more powerful than you. And the movie just gets progressively worse because at this point,
Nah, I wouldn't agree with that because it's been progressively shit. I mean, it just.
Yeah, but
except that now they go to the Empire Strikes Back and they go down to the Hoth planet.
But dude, I shouldn't say it got progressively worse. It kept a steady pace. It's just that they get to this fucking salt planet, which has like ice creatures though.
And there's a rebel.
Look at that.
Yeah, the dogs or whatever
they have ice dogs.
Ice dogs
on a salt planet.
Now they're salt dogs. They're salty dogs. They should make a treat out of that and market it.
It sounds like a fucking baseball team,
doesn't it?
Come to the salt dog.
But they go down to that fucking planet that has a rebel base, gun turrets in front of it with trenches, and there's AT-ATs approaching it, and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, I've been here before, but don't worry. Some dick explains it when he's sitting there with his gun. He goes, "Oh, this is salt. It's not snow. It's not snow. We're not copying. It's salt. Different movie."
I know.
I'm like,
because I'm thinking,
what the fuck?
You pick the same style battle. You got the speeders going out to meet the AT-ATs. No reason for it.
None.
No, absolutely none. You're not going to take them out. Then you build a speeder that decides to destroy the salt, because what point with that? So you're going to have all this drag
Well, that's the
for
thing.
no reason? Just
You're
to rip
going
it up
into,
and make it look red?
You're going into battle.
And
You're
you're
coming
gonna show
across
where
a giant white fucking
And you're going
field.
to show exactly where you are.
Yeah, and you're saying, here we are, just follow the red
Follow my
line
red
and shoot
line.
at the end of it.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding
I'm
me?
like, what?
Well, what got me too is at the beginning of the movie, it opens up with a destroyer taking out a base from space, and this time around, the First Order says, "Fuck it, we'll go to the ground and do it."
Yes.
That's more convenient
Because we
for us.
got to use our portable
Gun.
Death Star.
Exactly.
Our portable gun.
Our portable Death Star.
That somebody must have had in their back pocket.
Yeah.
Because all the ships big enough to carry this fucker just got blown up.
They just brought it
And
down.
then, out comes, another thing that pisses me off, out comes fucking Finn, flying the ships with everybody.
Into the Death Star.
Into the Death Star ray, but as we all know, because Finn was not a pilot, and he needed Poe to escape in the First Order, he never knew how to fly. That's why he could never take control of the ship. Yeah, remember that? Remember he always said, I need a pilot, I need a pilot, I can't fly, I need a pilot. Apparently, in his coma, he took lessons, and now he could fucking fly. And he was going to ID4, he was going to write the fuck up, Randy fucking Quaid, up the fucking thing, and take the thing out.
Again, another situation. Why would you go in the beam? Why not go outside the beam and come in?
Well, apparently that rickety fucking craft that can't get its landing gear up or something
is going to take the full force of the sun or whatever the hell.
Which you guess it's like, wouldn't you just burn up as soon as you hit? Like, is that thing really gonna get disrupted by a fly-sized fucking thing?
This piece of shit ship is gonna go into this ray for like, God knows how long he was, in the path of this ray as it's, it's on the base, so it's not like it's still activating. It's firing, and he's in the path.
And how short of a range does this thing? You're at the base, you can see this fucking gun.
Yeah.
A BB gun could have reached it from that fucking distance. But apparently they got to wheel this prick right up to the fucking front door. Because this thing can't knock it down from a mile away. Yeah. A rifle on Earth will reach a mile, but apparently this gun just can't do it. So they're going to walk up, and I like how they changed the AT-ATs. Instead of like walking with dog legs, they got like monkey arms now. They kind of watch them, they kind of fucking walk a little bit differently. And just as he's about to make the ultimate sacrifice for his friends, even though we're carrying no weight in this movie, and nobody gave a fuck.
Pilot. Apparently she was a pilot too.
Yeah, fucking Rose, who we never knew had any piloting skills, comes in and precisely and gently knocks him the fuck out of the sky.
Because when two ships collide,
nothing happens.
It's like bumper cars.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll die on I-90 if you fucking have a collision, but these two flew into each other. And nothing fucking happened.
Well, she swims away and goes unconscious, but not before saying, "We must sacrifice for those we love. That's why I interrupted your sacrifice." Yeah. Exactly.
Look, her sacrifice is better than his sacrifice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My sacrifice, way better than yours,
Yeah.
Dr.
And then she did this awkward thing, because he's like looking at her, and she looks up to him, and she's like, I know this is going to look really weird on screen, because I look like I'm 12, but here I come for my kiss, and I'm going to slap one on you, and you're just like, where did that come from? Exactly. This is just bizarre. It's just...
Well, that led to the end of the movie where it's like, I'm looking around, they've got like everybody in the ship, and it's just kind of like panning back and forth. It's like, who's going to wind up fucking who? It's just like they haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
They're just like,
They're rolling all the dice.
They're all just all like, well, you know, Ray and fucking Finn might fuck, but hey, Rose is kind of in there. Maybe we'll get a fucking threesome going in the next movie. That's a movie I'll fucking watch for you. There we go.
I don't even know if I
We
want to.
forgot the part where Luke holograms himself.
Hold on.
Oh, we didn't forget. Oh, I'm just afraid.
So in the middle of all the
Before the sunrise.
before we go, I'm making sure this is rolling because this is where it's going to get really ugly. Before.
Hold on, let me get ready.
Yeah, As the end of the movie approaches, out of nowhere, Luke Skywalker shows up. He's got a haircut,
Yeah.
and he had some just for men because he looks a little bit more trim. Like I got cleaned up before I'm going to join this fucking fight.
He just got out of Jabba's palace.
I'm going to walk up to my sister who I haven't seen. Yeah, I haven't seen my sister in a while, and I'm going to be like, "Hey sis, here's Han's rearview mirror dice."
What the hell was that? I forgot. Instead of fuzzy dice, you have golden dice on the top of the Millennium Falcon.
Now,
what the hell is that?
Granted, those were there in the original movies.
Are you
If you
serious?
watch, there was always those little
I
pair
did
of gold
not
dice hanging
remember
there. They
that.
were there.
Okay, so
But
at least
it was.
that
I
was
thought that was a
really there.
cheap nod, except for the fact, how could he hand them to her?
because he's not there.
'Cause he's not there. I'm like, what the fuck? So anyway, he shows up and he walks out there to Kylo, and out of some crazy Japanese anime shit, 800 guns descend upon him into a mushroom fucking cloud of destruction.
If you notice, there wasn't a lot of red salt during that part.
No. It should,
So
right? It should have been a big red puff
There
cloud.
should have been a big red crater there.
Oh,
But apparently,
I fucking hate this movie.
his hologram
Fucking hate
sucked
it.
up all that energy, and it never touched
The only crater in that movie was in Ryan Johnson's fucking head when he wrote it.
Oh my god. So anyway, and you knew Luke wasn't dead. You fucking knew.
You knew it.
So he comes walking out and like John just
But inside
demonstrated,
of
he does
me,
the
inside of me, yeah, I know. He's like, oh, not a scratch.
Right
but
then
inside
and
me,
there.
I'm thinking, okay, if he, because I didn't think that. Holy shit, he's really a hologram. I really thought, shit, maybe I came off the planet somehow and he is there.
he cleaned himself up.
Yeah, and I'm saying, I don't care what form of Jedi you are, blah, 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 you're not taking that kind of bombardment.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are they going to go with this? Did he, teleport somewhere and he's not really there?
It was like Neo in the Matrix,
Yeah.
which is what they did to a lot of characters in
Yeah.
this. They fucking matrixed their asses.
Yeah.
And now they have the ability to do anything because nothing's off limits. Like Ray, well, we'll get to that in a minute. So anyway, he walks out of this completely untouched, and he starts to have a little bit of a conversation with Kylo. Yes, they're disagreeing with each other, back and forth, who cares? They start fighting. Luke is making him look like a bitch. He can't even fucking, Luke's doing this like the sideways fucking...
Dude, he
matrixed!
He did the Neo, dude. He did the Neo.
And then he did a Neo, and he fucking sideways rolled out of the way. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And then he sacrificed himself, or so you thought.
Yeah.
Because he lets Kylo fucking jack him with his fucked up only one of a kind.
At that moment, I'm saying, are they seriously going the Obi-Wan Kenobi route?
Right. That's what I was thinking.
I'm gonna lose it if Luke sacrifices himself the way Obi did. For what reason?
Yeah. Right.
There wasn't
there was no reason.
Nobody was trying to get away. I mean, they were trying to get away, but that wasn't going to save them.
It was a meaningless fucking.
I was like, what?
In that death, I think it was a culmination of, we realized how bad they fucked up the Han Solo death, so that it had no meaning.
Yeah.
They gave you the Princess Leia death and then retracted it, and then they fucking went into this death, and you're like, here's a third fucking character.
Yep.
That they've taken out in 2 movies in a meaningless way, where I have no emotions. I didn't have any emotions when Yoda came back. I wasn't saying, hey, it's great to see Yoda come down for a second, which by the way happened, and he burnt the fucking tree because he can use Force lightning from the dead.
From the dead.
And then he just
and
says,
then laugh about it.
hey, fuck the scrolls! Fuck the great teachings of the Jedi! Don't mean nothing.
then-
She knows it all!
But then they had him in a box. Did you not see that?
Oh, yeah. Then the movie on the Millennium Falcon, they had this.
They had him in a fucking box.
Yeah.
On the Millennium Falcon. Who the fuck took him out of the room?
This movie sucks. Anyway,
I'm saying it right now. If at any point they kill Chewbacca, I'm done with Star Wars.
the only good part of this whole movie, the only thing was that when Chewbacca flew, you're like, you didn't need fucking Han. This Chewbacca looking motherfucker can fly. Which I love Chewbacca, so this fucking dude's badass. Anyway, then you cut to a scene of Luke fucking levitating
Yes,
over
on his little rock.
over like a little fucking pedestal rock, and apparently to force interject himself at a distance. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Light years away.
He starts to look a little bit weak and woozy, And he just fucking drops dead.
Yeah.
And he disappears.
But is he dead? We don't know. Maybe he just went somewhere else.
I hope he's dead. I hope he's dead because I hate to see Mark Hamill in another one of these fucking things.
Yeah.
I really fucking would.
The same people who defend that death are the same people bashing Padme's death.
Right,
I
right.
don't know, man.
Cut to the end of the movie. Thank God we're here. They go to the end. They're trying to get out of this fucking thing. They're following the space dogs or the
Salty
salt
dogs.
dogs.
Salty
Salty dogs.
The salty
We're
dogs.
going to market that. They're going to start. They're following the
Hashtag
salty
salty
dogs,
dogs.
and they find out that oh my God, 1,000,000 fucking boulders fell in and covered us. We can't get out. Salty dogs can fit. We can't because we're bigger. We're not going to make it. And don't worry, Rey shows up.
Right at their side.
And using force powers that maybe Yoda pulled out at one point or something.
Yoda could have done it.
She just goes,
Luke couldn't raise his X-wing.
right, right. You know, Vader threw some shit around on the fucking
Bespin.
on the Cloud City,
Yeah.
yes. But she just, without even looking, just lifts up.
Doesn't even
Well, it has to
move.
be like 150 fucking boulders.
But
Like,
it's not
nothing.
like one at a time. It was
No.
like all of them just
All of
moved,
them.
and they just stayed there.
And everybody
I'm like,
walked out in between them. Like
Yeah,
it
it's
was like
like-
fucking, hey, she's got it.
Like wow.
And then shortly after that, the movie ended. I can't remember what it closed on.
It was the shot of them.
It closed on the
Oh,
kids,
yeah,
on the
yeah.
kids with
Oh,
the little round
oh,
ring.
oh.
And they're like, oh, the rebellion's still alive.
Yes, because the Force is still out there. And some little kid who's like sweeping, who apparently doesn't even know what the fucking Force is,
Yeah, has
and
a
required
little
no
ring.
training like they did at the Jedi Temple. Just stood there and be like, got my broom.
Hey, remember all those
Got my
times
broom.
before training that Anakin, the Chosen One, did that? All the times he was using the Force in the Phantom Menace?
He never used it.
Exactly, he never fucking used it.
never
That's
used it.
stupid.
Well,
the
no,
only
see,
connection to the
The
Force
pod
is that-
racing, the pod racing.
Yes, they say he
But-
used it during a pod
But that was
racing.
like passive. He
But
didn't even know what he was
they
doing.
said the trick of that was that he had the ability to see what was going to happen before it happened.
Correct.
But he wasn't levitating
He wasn't
shit.
moving his ship around.
Yeah.
He wasn't flying next to that fucking Sebulba or whatever his
Sebulba,
name
yeah.
is, just going, roar, and
Yeah,
fucking
no.
ramming his shit.
No, he was
to it.
just using
He wasn't doing none of
it
that.
to know the way.
It was just fucking insulting. And what also got me is that they're like, well, the rebellion's still alive. And one of the final shots in the Millennium Falcon was like, dude, they just called for help from that base and no one answered.
Yeah.
The rebellion's fucking dead. Hate to break it to you, ISIS has more fucking guys. Sorry. Sorry, they fucking do.
And there's like 15 people on the Millennium Falcon all cutting their way out of there.
That's rebellion.
And the movie ends, and you're just like, what? Okay, all right. The movie's over.
Thank God.
Let's give final fucking thoughts. I myself am done. To me, Star Wars was Episode 1 through Episode 6, including, I'll even put Rogue One in there, because I thought it was well done, well thought off, well crafted, and the characters remained true to themselves.
I liked Rogue One.
They followed a path. Nobody threw crazy humor in. They stayed who they were. The only humor was kind of like the robot, but it was like a dry humor.
Yeah,
so
that's
it kind
fine.
of,
And for the record, I had more emotion when he died than when Luke died.
oh yeah, I cared more when the fucking droid died in Rogue One than I cared when Luke or fucking Han
Yeah.
or Yoda come. Whatever. I'm done. I'm done. Especially now, I'm hearing rumors though that they're going to take away because they're going to do 3 more movies after they finish.
Well, you got a
up.
Han Solo story coming out.
Then 9, which is going to be another J.J. Abrams jerk off, and then it's supposed to be 3 movies they're going to give to Ryan Johnson
Oh, great.
that were supposed to be set aside. But now I heard it was on the web. I don't know if it's true that they've reneged on that.
I'm
And they're
sure
like,
they
we're
have.
taking this away. Just take everything you did and give it to the assholes that made Rogue One. It's not that fucking
Can we get
difficult.
the same guy that did fucking Empire Strikes Back back? How about that?
Oh shit, he's got to be dead now.
Damn it.
I can't remember his name. I know his name, but it ain't.
Because that was the best.
Fucking bring George back.
They're not bringing George back. He's not
At least Lucas knew how to write a cohesive story.
He
knew
sucked
how
at
to write the
dialogue,
story.
but he knew the story. And I'll give you that. Even though I did not like how they filmed episodes 1 through 3, I did not like.
I loved Revenge of the Sith.
I liked
I
Revenge of the
loved
Sith. No, I'll give you
Revenge
Revenge of the Sith, but Phantom Menace really that. But that's a whole
It
other
was hit and
story.
miss.
The
But the
clones-
story was cohesive.
No, that's what I'm saying. The story was
Makes
there.
sense.
It just needed to be shot the way the original 3 were, without this. Oh, let's try to get the kids back into Star Wars, so we're going to add all these little,
Right. I
kid
agree with
elements to make
I
you
agree
like
with
the,
that.
little funny moments. If it was shot
Right.
like a sci-fi drama and not a sci-fi comedy,
That was the Phantom
would've-
Menace's.
that was his
the
biggest
Achilles
downfall for the older fans.
Even Attack of the Clones would have been better if they just would have left out some of the goofy shit in the
Or-
Droid Factory.
And the goofy shit in the Droid Factory,
The
or
goofy shit in the Droid Factory.
trim down this fucking romance that didn't work right.
And I want to throw in, as a younger fan, I do agree. Looking back, like you can nick out that fucking
Pod race.
pod race. I like
25 minutes.
Jar Jar. I didn't
Pod
like.
race
I
is
didn't
pretty
care about.
badass.
I liked the pod race. I thought it was like a needed burst of action, but there is way too much kiddie shit in Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
But overall, I think the thing about the prequels is when people complain about the prequels, it's well, I didn't like the dialogue. Or I didn't like the way it was shot.
Yeah.
No one ever says
I hate that
often,
movie.
That movie's story was stupid and full of
No,
plot
the
holes.
story was there.
The story,
was there.
it
was actually incredibly in depth. If you
No,
watch Palpatine's rise to power,
honestly,
it was incredibly intelligent.
Yes, but do you remember like when that first came out? Everybody was knocking it, saying, "Whoa, it was the first time we ever heard about midi-chlorians, and this is the first time we ever heard about this."
That
and, you know,
that
there
pissed people off.
And there was a lot of drama.
I'm not
things-
saying the prequels didn't.
But
have
I agree.
A few
It
things
showed
I didn't
you
agree with.
how the Emperor came to power. It showed you how Anakin came to be who he is. It, had some fucking meat to it.
Yeah, if you take out that one scene in Attack of the Clones, which we're going to review them, so we might as well go too far.
Oh, where he goes back to his mother thing?
where he rescues his mom, or
Yeah.
tried to rescue his mom, and then he goes back, and you see him finally starting to break.
Yeah.
When he's talking to Padme, they were like animals, I treat them like I killed them,
Yeah.
and you're like, that was almost riveting. You're in your seat going, God damn,
Dude,
That's fucking.
there's some shit
He's-
going to happen. We know where
he's
this is going.
unhinged.
I love you, Hayden Christensen. I know people give you a lot of shit.
Save that passion for the next review.
I'm just throwing it out
Yeah.
there. You did well. And I want to say, one of my 10 favorite moments in probably all of movie history is watching Anakin staring over the lava pits of Mustafar fucking ballin'. That, to me, is one of my favorite shots in
That was some shit
cinematic
right there.
history. It's on YouTube for like the 17-second clip it is. I fucking love that scene. I think it just holds so much weight. But I don't, we'll save the prequels for the prequels. I don't want to get too deep
Yeah,
into
I
it, so I'm
don't-
going to start fucking just
But-
jizzing everywhere if I talk
I'm
about
done
the
with
prequels.
the new ones. Done. Unless somebody radically takes these things over and like they do like.
But how did you-
Abrams has the next one.
But that's insane. So you were okay with Rogue One. You were happy about the story. Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
cheesy shit. How did they go from that to this? Like,
They went back to that. We're going to make this a goofy popcorn movie for 5-year-olds shit, and like,
So it
a
can sell the
typical
toys.
5-year-old
Exactly.
isn't going to sit there and pull out 15,000 plot holes.
Yeah.
But
They're
for
like,
everybody,
oh cool, Leia flew. Oh
But-
cool,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
exactly.
Oh cool, fucking Finn
Right.
did this. Yeah.
but for anybody with a fucking brain that's followed this shit,
Yeah.
or anybody who's just like over the age of like
But this-
15, they're going to look at this like, what the fuck was this?
My other issue with this, and I know there's always the Star Wars versus Star Trek thing, and yeah, there's a lot of bad Star Trek movies and good Star Trek movies, but they don't ever shit on their
Well,
universe.
They did when J.J. Abrams started taking over the new Star Trek movies, because then all logic went out the window.
Yeah, all right.
And they were doing things in there like, we're going to warp speed. And I'm watching it, the warp cells are gone. They can't go to warp speed. Oh, there they go anyway. What the fuck is
All right.
it?
Well, that's just because if you go into a dark room and you say J.J. Abrams 3 times, he'll
Shit
show up.
happens.
He'll fuck up your favorite franchise.
Yeah.
Just like anything.
I don't know.
You like Blade Runner?
The only
Say
thing
it 3 times.
The only
because
thing
he'll
I
fuck it up.
really liked that he did, I thought Super 8 was a good movie.
Oh, Super 8 really.
Super
I
8
like
was
Super
so
8.
good.
So he has the ability to make something good,
Yeah.
but stop bringing him in on established
He just-
franchises
my
and having
thing
him
is,
destroy
he has to
them.
blow everything up. Like everything has to be a big
Dude,
explosion.
he's
or-
Michael Bay that people like.
Yes.
That's all he is. He works with Michael Bay in fucking Armageddon, another fucking movie.
But that's what now Star Wars and even Star Trek has turned
How
into.
much Star Destruction can we
You know,
take?
Star Trek always had a logic to it. Oh, you know, if it didn't make sense and it wasn't scientifically kind of feasible, they didn't do it. Well, that's gone. And Star Wars, you had this beautiful, complex, emotional story between fathers and sons, between power and people abusing
Good, the
power.
bad,
Where now it's a giant cartoon character of that. It's not a real movie anymore. It's not a real drama. It's like watching. Like, do you ever see like those fucking movies like they used to make fun of, like in
parodies.
Scream
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and like all those
Like
takeoffs.
Spaceballs.
We have to have that stereotypical character. We have to have this stereotypical character. You know what I mean? It's like, I hate to say this, I feel bad for Boyega because they're basically doing to him like what they used to do to the African American characters in all those teen dramas, where the guy would just show up and be like, "That's whack." You know what I mean? You'd be like, "What the fuck?" Is that the only thing this guy can say?
And
That's
some bitches,
what
he's like their best actor they got. Sorry, I get a little.
It's all right.
I'm with you.
Driver, I've seen him in movies. He's actually not a bad actor.
No, he's a good actor. It's, again, that's where the dialogue, I think, and the direction of him falls down, because I don't understand why he has to.
And even fucking
whiny.
Purple Hair there is a good actress.
Yeah, Laura Dern can act.
I've seen Laura Dern in fucking Wild at Heart, and fucking she was in even fucking Jurassic Park. She's a good actress.
Jurassic Park was so good.
Yeah, but when you drop her in this thing where they say just walk around with a fucking cunt look on your face, and belittle everything with a dick near you. I don't get it.
She was doing it for the best of the rebellion, Lance.
Ah,
I don't know. It's
fuck this movie.
So what's your final review?
My
Lance?
final
Fuck this
review.
movie.
All right, Kyle, your final review.
To reiterate,
Would you go see it again?
No,
No.
I wouldn't pay money for it again.
I don't even think I'll buy it. I bought Force Awakens and have not made it.
I might ask for it as a gift if someone can get it for cheap because I don't want to support it. I really hate this. I hate what's done in the franchise. I hate the lore breaking. I hate the plot holes.
The lore breaking is a big one for me. That
That's
really
what it
bothers
is.
me because that's the core of
That's
Star
it
Wars.
is.
It's like it's no longer a religion and
Exactly.
now it's a goof.
Yeah,
It is.
That's
It
what that's
is.
what
It's been disrespected.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
It's been disrespected.
I've had people tell me, well, things change, and what I have to
Sure,
say to
it's
this
fine.
is, I get things change, but when you mix a universe like that, you establish
stick
a
to
set
its
of rules.
yeah.
You establish a set of rules, and you stick by them. And as long as you do that, you can be okay. This movie shits on all of that. It shits on all the characters. It shits on everything, and everybody's people have caught on to it. It's like this movie is probably what you're gonna get more of as well, and I hate it. I fucking hate it.
I want to say my last point of view, John. Wherever you want, and jump
that's
right
it.
there. My last part of view of this is this. The other day I read a review where Lucas said, he goes, I think on Phantom Menace I made a couple mistakes. I went too far in a couple spots. I shouldn't have done it. He goes, it was an error, but live and learn. What are you going to do? That kind of
Or
thing.
he'll remake it.
But,
So that,
yeah. But this is the one thing I want to say that everybody out there that bashed the fucking prequels, because Revenge of the Sith was a great movie, and people bashed it just because it followed
because it
fucking.
followed, yeah.
So, if everybody that did that, in a way, we're responsible for what we get now. Because Lucas said, after he made those 3 movies, he was so
done.
sick of people hearing
Yeah.
shit about what he had made, he said, fuck it, I'm just going to sell it. And he sold it. And now that he's sold it, we see what happens without Lucas. We get shit. And so, in a way, it's the
Did it to
fans'
ourselves.
fault
You're right.
that we fucking fucked ourselves in the ass
I-
by attacking the guy who gave it to us in the first place.
I never had
and
a problem
now,
with Lucas.
this is what we get.
I had a problem with Lucas's dialogue. I never had a problem with Lucas's ideas and his direction. Well, maybe a little direction, but the dialogue because he wrote the dialogue for a lot of those movies. His romance scene
1
dialogue.
through 4. He did all the dialogue.
I mean, yeah, that just was bad dialogue for some of those parts. But the story was there. So he's a good storyteller. He just needs
Phenomenal story.
He needs to
Incredible.
have somebody take his story and be able to write a better screenplay with it.
Which was Empire.
Correct. Exactly. Whereas these, who the hell the storyteller is, I don't know. Who the screenwriter is, I don't know.
Well, that's the
But
thing I want to say about this movie. That's my final thought.
They were okay with Rogue One.
This movie feels like somebody took the Lawrence and they're trying to make him so quick. It feels like 3 guys playing hot potato with a script.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna write a story to get
your turn. Oh, what if we do this?
It's like, well, I fucked it up this way. Fix it. Well, I'm gonna fuck it up this way. Fix it. And it just feels like they're doing that. And now they've got them forecasted out so far, they're just gonna keep fucking it up. So don't be surprised when these movies are still shit.
And Rogue One actually felt like a real fan sat down and said,
exactly.
you know what? And even the things they added in.
These are the pieces we needed to bring back light to that we're missing.
Exactly. This is this. We're going to cover this shit for real, and we're actually going to explain in a logical way why it was so easy to blow up the Death Star with a snub fighter. And you bought it. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, man. They added something new to it.
But
They
that was-
gave you a little glimpse of Vader and his
That was
castle.
when even Force Awakens comes out, and I know we'll review that later. Why did they have to jump ahead to already Kylo Ren is left the Academy, blah blah blah? They couldn't have made that one movie there that was the Jedi Academy, was Leia and Han getting together, doing make
They
it
went too fast.
way too fast. That's the movie that we all wanted to see after Jedi was what happened to Luke, Leia, and Han right after the movie.
You know what they did though? They said, how can we fast forward in time this story to the
Yeah.
part where we can copy
and do whatever
episode
we
4?
want. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
how can we get all these pieces in play and shoot ahead so that everybody's the right age, the right time, and we can just recreate episode 4 all over again
20 years
and do
later,
that. And do that 20 years
Yeah,
later.
you're
That's all that they fucking did, and it's heartbreaking.
All right, I don't know. Well,
That's. Go ahead.
I'm giving Han Solo story a try in May 25th, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's not in May?
May 25th.
this
this
May
May?
already?
Oh, was it May 25th?
I thought it was December.
I mean, it could be. You might
No,
be right.
I was just at the movies yesterday. I saw the flyer or the board.
Really?
It said May 25th.
Whoa!
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend.
What the I'm looking that up. I
Almost-
can't fucking
I'm
believe
almost
it.
positive. I just saw the billboard.
I
last
believe
night.
that. It's... what?
So
Maybe it's May of next year? Could it be this soon? No, I know they're filming. I've seen the fucking pictures of the guy in the uniform.
maybe
So
it's 2019. They had a thing. It said the Han Solo story, and it said May 25th.
Oh, God. Then when the fuck are they going to release next Christmas? It can't be episode 9 already.
May 25th?
2018, right?
Yeah!
Yeah.
Wow, that's another thing I want to get into.
It's
There's
too
too
much.
fucking much.
It's too much. You know what they're going to have? They're going to have... Did you see the new
CGI on it?
Avengers movie and Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in it?
Hold on, say this again.
There's another Avenger movie, you know, Thor, Spider-Man. the
Yeah,
fucking
I saw
thing,
that
right?
one. Yeah.
It's coming out, and
Another one or the one I
Yeah,
just
another
saw?
one.
another one's coming.
Okay.
And the Guardians of the Galaxy somehow wind up in the fight helping the Avengers. And you're like, because that was in the trailer.
Do those universes?
Yeah, it's all in the Marvel universe,
Ah!
but I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised in the
I'm
next
not-
Avenger if fucking Darth Vader shows up.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
mean,
How,
what-
I don't know
what's
how
next?
the line. I sometimes get confused between Marvel and DC, so that you can't. I apologize for that.
Now,
But the DC universe and the
just-
Marvel universe, I don't follow.
I know
that.
pretty much the lines between. I just don't care anymore because there's again.
I enjoy
like
the
Star
movies.
Wars.
For me, they're entertainment, but I don't follow them.
Exactly.
Like, I wasn't a comic book reader.
Yeah.
I didn't follow all these characters from on set. So
Well, the thing is, they're entertaining. But I remember
Yeah.
being a kid, you get a Spider-Man movie like every now and so often, so
Yeah.
you can't.
like every 3 years.
well, no,
maybe.
now it's you get a one character movie, then the Avengers, then another character movie, then or 2 or 3 of the characters
Yeah,
in
exactly.
between, and then
It's like you're literally in the theater every 6 months now.
We've gotten down to
You get the same
fucking
shit.
Ant-Man at this point. What the fuck?
Ant-Man was good though. That
I heard
fun.
it was good, but it's
No,
like,
I didn't-
how many have we made that we're like?
I didn't
fucking
watch that
Ant-Man?
originally, and I finally saw it just like a month or 2 ago. That was really good.
Yeah, I'm not knocking the movie. I'm just
Green Lantern can go.
yeah.
But anyway,
We're
we can do a whole Marvel,
We've gone crazy.
whole Marvel thing, but
But we'll be back with more. We had a good time.
yeah.
Fucking shit.
And if you got comments, if you don't agree with us, post what you think, and
You're going to be wrong.
whatever.
Keep your cancer away from my internet. Your biggest cancer.
And if there's a
hurts.
movie you're dying to have us see, it may be something we've never seen before. Throw it out there, the 3 of us will watch it, and we'll criticize the shit out of it.
Yeah. Just don't hit us with something like Driving Miss Daisy.
We've seen that already.
Yeah, that would be fucking lame. All right. Thanks everybody for taking the time to watch this, even if you skip through it.
And like and subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm not going to do that because I hate that.
All right, we'll see you
See
later.
the new Facebook or the new
Yeah.
page.
Yeah, go to our website, dripsandtips.com.
We're a band, by the way.
Yeah, we're a
so
rock
check
and
out
roll
our
band.
music. I don't give a fuck if you subscribe and like
Robert
us.
and Ebert
Just check out our
and
music.
Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes.
exactly. We'll see you later, people. Bye.
Later, all.